Welcome back to Homework Vids with Miss H. And today we're going to do page 73, Unit 2, Week 3. So, today we're going to focus on the comprehension and fluency part. And today is Wednesday or Thursday. And you should be watching this video 2 times so you can learn what the SPADE strategy is. Today we're going to focus on surveying the text, writing a prediction, and annotating the text, right? So when we survey the text, we examine the title. Don't forget what I do, you do. And let's review the back part, because with our homework pages, they always give us, ooh, that looks like an illustration or a photograph. Think, does this look like a real life picture? Yes, this is a photograph. So based on that, we know that this story is probably, the genre is non-fiction, which means it's going to teach us cool things about reading. So since I analyzed, I surveyed the text, now I'm going to write a prediction. This is my prediction, okay? You should write your own prediction. I think, this story will be about 2 different kinds of tundras. So you have 1 minute to write a prediction. Awesome. So now I've surveyed the text, I've written my prediction, and now I'm going to annotate the text, right? So we've already determined the genre, which is fiction, which means non-fiction, I apologize, which means it's going to teach us, right, key ideas and details. So we're going to read for key ideas and details, which means we're not going to annotate for characters, setting, problem, or solution, right? We're only going to underline key details and main ideas. So this is how we're going to do it. I will do it and you will learn with Ms. Hernandez, all right? Always have a marker. Always have a marker. The Arctic Tundra. That is a heading. So remember what Ms. Hernandez has taught you. A heading gives you information, or it gives you the title of what that section of the reading will be about. So based on this heading, I know they're only going to talk about the Arctic Tundra, right? Things I know about the Arctic. I think it's really cold there. So I highly doubt any jungle animals or any warm animals like living there, right? So let's see. Remember, we're annotating the text for key details and main idea. Here we go. Dr. Jones went to the Arctic Tundra. It was very cold with no trees. Ooh. There were grasses and flowers. Dr. Jones was hopeful that he would see animals. He made a careful study of what he found. In the sky, Dr. Jones saw playful ravens and gulls. On the ground, he saw gray wolves and Arctic hares. He knew that many of these animals had extra fat. This is useful. It kept the animals warm during the cold winter. Some of the animals slept while others went south. So here, the main idea of this whole section, let's think. What could be the main idea here? Well, as far as I know, it's describing the Arctic tundra, right? So, which of these sentences tells us the main idea? Right here, the first one. So I'm going to put M. It's telling us, the story is telling us that Dr. Jones went to the Arctic tundra. So that's our main idea. So what key details did they tell us, Dr. Jones tells us, or the author tells us about the Arctic tundra? It's very cold. No trees. That's key detail 1. There were grasses and flowers. Good. Dr. Jones was hopeful he would see animals. He made a careful study what he found. It was cold. There were grasses and flowers. This is explaining key detail 1 too, right? In the sky, Dr. Jones saw playful ravens and gulls. So he saw ravens and gulls, gray wolves, and Arctic hares. This is key detail number 2. And these animals had extra fat. Okay? This was useful. It kept the animals warm during the cold winter. Some of the animals slept while others went south. So if you've noticed, the first paragraph tells you about how this area looks, right? So kind of like how the setting looks. So in this paragraph, our main idea is, other than this one, that he went to Arctic, it was very cold with no trees, right? It's describing to us, the other sentences described to us are giving us details of how the tundra is very cold. In the second paragraphs, now that I've had my second read, I can understand or analyze that. It talks about the animals. These animals have extra fat. What animals? Ravens, gulls, gray wolves, and Arctic hares, right? So that is the first part, annotation. I'm going to give you 1 minute to annotate all those details. Now you should have turned to the back of the story, and then we're going to read the other type of tundra. This is a heading. The next trip Dr. Jones took was to the Alpine Tundra. He was greatly interested in comparing the two places. This tundra did not have trees either. The alpine plants were almost like the Arctic plants. The animals were clearly different though. Oh, so they were similar, the plants, right? So this one's telling us about the setting. So the main idea here was this tundra did not have trees either. So they both did not have trees. Let's read the next paragraph. Dr. Jones saw birds such as jays and grouse. He saw sheep and elk. He knew that some of these animals also had extra fat. It kept them warm. Some of these animals slept through the winter. Others went south. So here in this paragraph, they talked about the setting. And this paragraph's topic is, or are, the animals. And here the animals they saw are jays and grouse, sheep and elk. What do these animals have in common? They also compare, keyword, alike, right? They also had extra fat. And here, they also have another similarity. The Arctic pine to the Alpine. I mean, the Arctic tundra to the Alpine. They also did not have trees. Okay? So these are the things you have to keep in mind when you're annotating. The text. When you annotate the text, you have to make sure you know the type of story you're reading. In this story, we don't really have character, setting, problem, or solution because the genre of the story is, that's right, nonfiction. So nonfiction text will teach you something about the reading. So now I want you to read the story all by yourself, okay? You have 2 minutes to read. Ready, set, go. Great job reading the story. So, when you survey the text, when you survey the text, we examined the title, we looked at the text features, we saw that there were headings, and then this text had a photograph. So based on that, we knew the genre would be non-fiction. We wrote a prediction. My prediction, the story will be about 2 different kinds of tundras. Yes, my prediction was correct. Was your prediction correct? If it wasn't, that's cool. Or if your prediction was very similar to mine, that's also fine. When you annotate the text, it is important to keep in mind what type of story you're annotating. In this story, we couldn't annotate for character, setting, problem, or solution because of the genre. In this type of story, we're annotating for key details and main idea. Which reminds me, we didn't write the key details in the back. So these are key details. We underlined them, but we didn't label them. All right. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay up to date with the latest homework vids. And see you next time.